Welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with a loveless craft brew on the side. That can't be true. We love brew very much.
That's very sad.
I am Nate, and I'm here with Jade and Aaron. And on today's episode, we are going to be crisscrossing our way into Chapter 56 of Temple of the Winds. That's right. I've managed to do my shirt, but my shorts, it's hard without taking them fully off to switch them backwards. So it's going to be a little bit of a weird record sesh for those of them that are in the room with me right now.
Well, I mean, because I'm doing it as well, what you're referencing, and it's amazing how uncomfortable it is. 'Cause who would have thought wearing something backwards would be uncomfortable?
Oh, you mean because it's made to not be worn that way?
Exactly. But in honor of crisscross, that is what we're doing. Right, Jade?
I'm so glad that you laid it out like that.
Right, Jade? You're doing it too?
No.
She's like, I ain't doing that. It's dumb.
Well,
I am a creature of comfort, if anything else is true.
for those of you who might not have caught on to the fact that was in reference to early 90s hip-hop?
Oh, I couldn't even guess.
Crisscross?
I'm guessing 80s.
Yeah, crisscross, jump, look it up. It's great.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're
Classic.
welcome.
Classic.
Welcome. Anyways,
okay, hey, you know what? I think we should just get into this chapter.
All right.
the loveless stuff. And,
Yeah. Let's plunge right into the happiness that is going to be this chapter. Okay.
All right.
So Kahlan and Richard sit with Kara and Leggy between them. They are not even allowed to sit by each other anymore because that would be unfaithful.
Yeah, sitting next to someone is only for married people.
You know what? I feel like this is something I forgot.
Uh-oh.
I forgot that I wanted to bring up in the last one.
Uh-oh.
Now, at this point, we're just like going through the motions of asking and then going through it, right? I feel like Kahlan and Richard should have asked more questions as to like the parameters of the situation.
Yeah.
Right? They said, this has to be good intended and like you have to be faithful. Like follow-up questions. What if my partner isn't faithful down the road?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, shit, yeah.
What if something happens down the road? Like, I'm going into this honest intent. I don't mean to ever cheat on anybody. Does anybody ever mean to cheat on somebody when they get married? I don't know.
If that happens, does the plague come back?
Right.
Yeah.
What are the implications? You're saying this has to be a lifelong marriage, but shit happens, spirits. So if shit happens, what are the ramifications?
And whose life? Whose life long?
Yeah.
Whose is the life that is being measured for the long?
Right.
Is it mine or is it theirs?
Like, if somebody falls off a cliff next week, are we good to go?
If someone falls down in front of a carriage...
What this
Who's
whole
to say?
thing feels like to me is the equivalent of when you're a kid and you did something mean to a sibling and your mom is like, say you're sorry. You have to say you're sorry. The trick is now you actually do have to mean it. You never fucking meant it. You're like, I'm sorry or whatever.
Yeah, but that's but before I know something with my whole heart, I would like to know what we're getting into fully.
Yeah, you
like,
want to know if you actually hurt your sibling. How bad did it hurt?
Yeah.
Did he cry?
Yeah, like okay, I'm gonna be faithful, but let's just like roll let's just theoretically
play devil's advocate.
Yeah. If Dreffin decides to fuck half the city next week, is that going to be a problem? Or is he allowed to be a piece of shit and I just have to be faithful? And by that turn, if I decide I can't handle that in like 2 years and stab his ass and then start fucking Richard again, is that going to be a problem? Like, I don't plan on that. I don't. But that
hypothetically.
That felt like a real specific question, though.
I'm just saying,
Technically, she's feeding him to keep him alive. The fact that there's doses and doses of rat poison in his soup, that shouldn't matter, right?
Semantics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are things we should decide, talk about before we go into a contract. I guess that's all.
That's
maybe
true.
Maybe they discuss that on the way, and we pick back up right after that.
Love that. So Nadine and Dreffin are brought into the room, and then Richard goes to address them. So it's still just our little private group here. We don't have a lot of extras hanging on, because this is like national security shit.
Yeah.
So Richard goes to say, like, hey, you guys know that the plague was started by magic, or with magic, and that was stolen from the temple. It has finally sent its requirements for us to get in.
Yeah, we know the price now.
Yeah,
and they're probably both like, fuck yeah, awesome. What are they?
Yeah. Hooray! They both have to get married to who the spirits have named.
Oh.
He apologizes that they're tangled up in this. They can't force them to be a part of this, only ask. Like we don't know their answers before we even start.
Yeah, we did talk about this a little bit earlier, too, as to why they have the attitudes they have when this huge fucking life-altering ask is put to Dreffin and Nadine and their relative. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all the depth there is to it.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, he does. Okay, he turns to Nadine and he's like, will you marry me, Nadine? And, she's just like, yes! Internally doing the tennis pump thing.
Yeah, when you're all alone.
Well, and it even mentioned in there that, like, Richard can't even look her in the eye when he asks her this. Like, he's looking at the ground. And it's like,
he's not happy.
Nadine, will you marry me? Like,
well, yeah, because that's going to be a little embarrassing after you spent the whole book being like, I'm not going to fucking marry you. Get the fuck over it.
It's the scene in Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Well, when he's like, I don't know, will ya? She's like, yeah, I guess.
Well, that, and I'm sure it's because he knows this next question is going to be the thing that happens as soon as he finishes talking.
Well, Nadine's just annoying because internally she's going, I told you so, I told you so, I told you.
Yeah,
and it's annoying.
Oh, my first note that I have written down is in fact, Nadine, you dumb bitch. So. But that's for just in a little bit here.
Nadine is like, do you love me, Richard?
It's handwritten.
And Richard says, nope, never will. Not gonna fucking happen.
Nope.
She says, well, I will make you happy, and you're gonna come to love me in time, so I will marry you. And Richard's like, hey, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Kahlan has my heart. I'll be a good husband. I'm not gonna be like a cheating piece of shit, but I'm not going to love you. This is like business. Like, we're doing this because we have to.
I'm doing this because I have to, not because I want to. And you may not even hear me complain every day, but just know in the deepest bowels of your heart, I don't love you. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this for you or really care about your happiness in this. The only
thing that would have made it maybe a little better is if you went, I don't want you. Like plainly, because that would have been a nice thing for him to say. I think I would have liked it
in front of her. Like, I don't want you. I want her. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
Nadine, look at that.
Yeah,
that is worth my time and attention.
Now he does say he is like, I'm sorry to be harsh with you when I'm asking you to marry me. But honestly, I don't feel bad for her because we all know that she's just been salivating for him the whole time. So it's like,
true.
He has to be harsh with her or she's going to be a gloaty little bitch.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of 50-50 with Nadine because partly, she was sent by Shota to go do some stuff. And that is independent of the fact that at one time, at least then, she really, really wanted Richard. So there are two different angles to look at it when it comes to Nadine.
Yeah.
And if you can get your head around one side of it, the other side just looks that much worse. And so it's just never, it just leaves a bad taste everywhere.
Distasteful, yes.
Yeah.
She says a lot of marriages are arranged and they end up happy. And this one was set up by the spirits. So we're, setting off better than most people.
So this is where my note came in of Nadine, you dumb bitch. However, she isn't wrong. Sometimes arranged marriages can work out.
They can,
So what she said is factually true. However, Nadine, you dumb bitch.
I just want to add right here, our side quest for this episode will be on arranged marriages. Ooh. And it is, in fact, there is truth to the statement that arranged marriages are more successful than autonomic marriages where people just decide for themselves. But there is a reason for that. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, people don't have a choice. So
yeah. This is even different than like a regular arranged marriage, right? Because normally arranged marriages or whatever are set up to be smart and like, okay, these two pieces, whether or not the people fit well together, we have to do this strategically for things to work, right?
Everybody is in like it's consensual.
The spirits
sometimes.
Yeah, the only thing that had to work here was the virginal bride part for Kahlan.
Yeah.
Everything else is just a random fucking pawn piece. So the spirits didn't even choose you. Like, no, this doesn't have a better chance
like out of
because
spite.
Because the spirits like had a hand in it. You guys could be terrible for each other, and you are. So it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, because let's not forget that this is a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The spirits are doing this as a cost to you. This is not a perk of being the guy.
Yeah.
This is definitely a downgrade from what your plans were for your life.
And just the last thing that stuck with me on it is that apparently the spirits don't think you need love for an honest marriage.
No.
So that's kind of fucked up by the spirits too.
I think that does have something to do with the fact they keep coming back and saying that there are good and evil spirits who are weighing in on this.
Yeah.
So
that's probably what's...
Dr. Norris is down there laughing his ass off.
He's just cackling his ass off, having a good old time with a broken wiener.
Because it's all part of his
Lest
plan.
we forget, he deserves a broken wiener.
So Richard glances over at Kahlan, and she can see the rage in his eyes after he has just gotten a yes from his new fiance.
Yeah.
So that's a happy moment.
Yeah.
It's her turn now.
Just got engaged.
Yes!
Where is the beer? I've decided to start drinking.
We forget he's already married. Anyways. It's her turn. So she stands and asks Dreff to be her husband. As his eyes are on her, she thinks about his hand between Kara's thighs and almost vomits. So that's great.
Yeah, because that happened.
Yeah. I think it also has something to do with just the way he looks. Like, it doesn't explicitly say it in the chapter, but I think it has something to do with the way that he looks at her.
Yeah, it's going to make you feel icky.
Yeah, he's got an icky vibe.
Yeah.
He gives off icky vibes. That's why she almost vomits. It doesn't say that explicitly, but when you're... I don't know about men as much, but when you're a woman, you can feel that on you.
He looks like Darkin.
Yeah, that too.
He looks like Darkin Rawl. That's
Creepy.
because that's what it was, right? Kara woke up and said Darkin Rawl or something, didn't she?
Yeah.
So yeah, like that. I can see where that might leave a bit of an icky taste.
Yeah.
And
he's supposed to look just like Richard mixed with Darkin.
Oh, it's a mixture. Okay.
He's, and I quote, perfect blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
I guess
but
my
Richard's
point is,
size.
you could be a gorgeous man who doesn't look like an evil man.
Yeah.
And still give icky vibes just by looking at somebody.
Yeah.
There's just
it's
something
the tone of the smile.
It's something palpable, and it's not good. Dreff agrees that he could do worse than a marriage arranged by the spirits. He asks if she's ever going to love him, knowing the answer, and Kahlan assures him that she's not going to.
Nope.
No matter.
Never going to happen.
We may still have some good times. I'll do it.
Listen here, fuckface.
It'll be fine.
This door is closed.
It almost felt... his tone almost felt like he was going to, like, slap her in the ass when he was like, oh, we may still have some good times. Toots, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know? Ugh.
I didn't see the ass slap at first, but when you threw toots in there,
Yeah.
I was
Toots
like,
goes
you
a
know
long
what?
ways to very creepy.
It all adds up now.
Yeah. That's the feeling I get from this man.
Toots.
Kara said, it's agreed then. The Winds are happy to have consent from everyone. We love consent over here.
Everybody's good. Everybody's happy, right?
Everybody
Good.
wins.
Yes. Forced consent is the same as normal consent.
Exactly.
This is wonderful. It will be done tonight. They're going to leave immediately for Mount Chimermoth. I almost wrote Killer Mount, but I don't know. My brain...
Killer Mount?
Yeah, because I don't know.
Arguably cooler.
Yeah, I think it would be. Nadine is like, hey, I'm sorry about Raina. Bitch, how did you even find out? Kahlan was on her way to go tell you. Like, I don't even know how Nadine got this information. I don't like her even knowing it, and she has no place.
So I think there was a little part in here, too, where I think Kahlan asks, or she was going to ask Kara, like, how do we get there?
Yeah.
And it says Kahlan didn't ask Kahlan didn't ask how they get to a place that wasn't there anymore. And I don't know, Kahlan, probably Magic? Probably?
Yeah,
like,
this whole thing we're doing?
Yeah, this whole thing, the whole Temple of the Winds. You know what? The plague was started with magic from the Temple of the Winds. Is it really something where you should be questioning?
No.
Wonder where it is. I know it's not where it says. I don't know how to get there. Fucking magic, Kahlan.
No.
It's magic.
Magic.
Of all the questions to not ask, like, why is Kara fucking possessed at this point? Let's dwell on that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Nah.
But yeah, so then Richard is like, hey, Kara, can we go swing and see Berdine? Because we don't really know what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
So I want to at least let her know.
Tough one.
And Kara permits it, so they're gonna swing by the keep before they head out.
Yeah, Berdine's, she's not having a good day.
Yeah, she's had a rough little stretch of time.
Yeah.
And this news would not be well received.
No,
Yeah,
not getting any better.
It's actually pretty incredible how well she does take it, given that she's very much in her worst case scenario right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to the point that she doesn't absolutely lose her goddamn mind when they say this to her, and she still has enough empathy, or I guess sympathy, to think about Richard.
Well,
because it said she's in twin grief.
Yeah, twin pain. Or
Yeah. Twin misery.
Yeah.
Because she has, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. She's already in grief for herself, and she has enough empathy for Richard and Kahlan to also grieve
to break
for
again
them.
for them.
Yeah.
It's also just interesting because she doesn't say, I want to go with you. There's nobody else to watch the Sliff, so she doesn't really have an option. But is she really that good of a guard for the Sliff at this point anyways? I mean, she's strong.
She should not be working right now.
No, and Nadine is giving her drugs at this point. She mixes some shit up to give her for the grief.
Not Nadine and drugs again.
Yeah, so Nadine's mixing up. So this woman's going to be drugged watching the Sliff. I mean, let's be honest. This isn't really the best case scenario either.
Falling asleep.
Yeah.
It would probably be better to have Ulick or Egan down there, at least with Berdine.
Right.
100%.
She should have a guard down there as well. Absolutely. But yeah, so Berdine is horror-stricken when they get there. She's hugging, weeping with them. Nadine gives her the shit for the grief. Richard tries to tell her everything she might possibly need to know. Because we don't know if they're coming back at this point. Like, we assume, but I think he's just trying to prepare her in the event that they don't come back. This is everything that's happened. I don't know. We don't really know everything he tells her, but...
Well, that or like, hey, we might not be coming back for a while.
Right.
Like, hey, we're going to come back, but if it's for only a day, can you do this? But it also might be for a week. So let the dogs out, stock the fridge, all that stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah. So, Kara is like, hey, we got to get going. We got to keep it moving because we got to arrive there before the full moon hits the sky.
Yeah, we got 2 hours. Let's go,
bitches.
By the way, we're late.
Also, can't the temple just magic it to where they are currently? It's already got a shitload of magic where it can stay hidden and all that. Does the location really matter?
It shouldn't, but also the temple sent the people.
Yeah.
So the temple must have known that it was going to take the people X amount of time, and then when they got there and got through the whole thing, now you only have an hour and a half to climb a mountain and do the thing we want you to do. Listen, it's kind of ridiculous. You're already giving us a big ask, lady, okay?
Yeah. I think part of that is that they showed up late, and I will say, as far as it being where it needs to be,
that's a good point, actually.
Right now, the temple doesn't exist in this world, right?
Also true.
Right.
They're going to do something, which we hope or assume will bring a temple back to this world. So you need to be in an area that can accommodate a temple.
Yeah, that makes more
without
sense.
murdering people.
Yep.
So let's go back to the mountain.
That makes sense. Okay. Yep.
Anyways.
I disregard.
Kahlan had to walk behind Richard and Nadine on the way to the horses, and this is just a small little aside, but Nadine is touching his back.
Yeah.
In a possessive, this is mine now way, and I would stab her.
Making it look like she's pushing or pulling him and all that stuff. Yeah.
Like before now, it was never an okay thing for Nadine to be like, hey, Richard.
She did anyways. She did anyways.
She did anyways, but Richard had some fight in him and didn't allow her to do that. And now he's not even really fighting her off. He's just resigned to it.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree. I'm not fighting with you. I'm just fuck Nadine. Anyways, Richard had ordered all the guards to stay behind. Nobody argued with him. They saw the look in his eye. They were okay, all right.
'Cause who gives a shit at this point?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let me die.
As they rode, Dref tells stories, trying to lighten the mood. He's the entertainment of the group, and everybody's having a great old time. All Kahlan cares about is she's staring at Richard the whole time, just waiting for the few times that he glances back at her.
Yeah.
And it says in there that she can't not look at him because she's obsessed. Well, not obsessed, but she can't not. She's in love with him. It's the last time. Anyways, and then every time he looks at her, it's like a knife in her heart, though, because it's sad.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure it's the same for him, too.
Yeah.
Every time he looks at her, he's got to, relive the fact that he's not going to be able to marry her and live the life he wanted with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just torture.
Yeah. So Kahlan thinks about the dress she was supposed to get married in. She found herself getting mad at Richard. He had tricked her into thinking that she could have happiness and love and forgetting her fucking duty. And now here we are. But then she realizes she's mad at him, and then it makes her cry again because he's dealing with this bullshit too.
Yeah. She's a whole ball of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You would be.
She thought about when they met and all the things they'd done together, imagining being a normal person instead of a confessor. And Richard had found a way to make it possible for her to be a normal person. And now that's all in ruin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at this point, they decide that they're going to go ahead and take a break. Because
Yes.
they've been riding for a really long time. So they need
Much
to
needed break.
have some sustenance. And you know what I think would be a good thing? Some refreshments for us. Because we've been riding really hard on this chapter.
That sounds very nice.
Yeah. So I think it's time for the beer break.
And it's been a little depressing.
Yeah.
I need a little pick-me-up. A little happy drink.
Yeah.
Drink!
So
we like the happy drink.
we are going to get a happy drink, but what you are going to hear from us is another excerpt from the 2023 Donut and Beer Festival.
Yeah.
So we're going to fill up what we got here, and you guys are going to hear us from there and then.
Time travel.
Whoop, 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 whoop. And go.
And we are back with another beer and donut pairing from the 2023 Beer and Donut Festival here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. All right, I will kick things off. Right now I have Cloud Piercer. It is a New Zealand Pilsner at 5.5%, 25 IBUs. It's inspired by the Maori name for New Zealand's highest mountain. Aoraki, oh man, I can't say that. Aoraki Mountain Cook. This lager is clean and it's crisp with New Zealand hops emitting tropical flavors and aromas. It's crisp, clean, mild, hop bitterness, which I appreciate. I just had an IPA, and I want to say I feel like this Pilsner is fuller, and it's got a little bit more flavor. I will say it is very crispy, very clean, and I like that very much. I am also pairing that with it's just a regular plain donut, but it's made from Peace and Love and Little Donuts. Oh my gosh, I love the name of that. Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. They say we didn't invent the donut, but we did make it groovy. Fresh just got a lot faster. I'll be honest, at first I thought, yeah, he was just like, we didn't even have to pay tickets for those. They were just like, here, free donuts, just take them. And I will say, it's a pumpkin donut without any frosting or anything like that on it, and it is fucking delicious. I love it very, very much.
Yeah, I will agree with most of what he said, except I'm not a big fan of this beer. It's not my favorite. It's not an IPA, but it's just a Pilsner, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it. But I'm going to drink more after I drink this, so I got to finish this, so I will.
All right, so I mixed it up a little bit. Did you say the brewery, by the way?
Archival.
Did you say that?
I thought I did, but maybe I did not.
Well, it is from Archival Brewing, just in case. That is a local Michigan brew, which I did see some non-Michigan breweries here, so we'll make sure to call those out when we do. But I had Fritz's Folly, So this is a West Coast IPA clocking in at 5.7%. It is named after West Coast IPA's creator, Fritz Maytag. Fritz's Folly is brewed and dry hopped with traditional... I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background very well, but... so it's brewed and dry hopped with traditional Cascade hops for bittering and aroma with a medium-bodied malt profile. And look, guys, I'm going to be honest. It's just a good classic IPA. There's not a lot of flash to it, not a lot of flair. There's not a lot of extra flavors. It's just that hoppy goodness. And I don't want you to think, because I know just last beer break, which was a full episode ago, but stay with me. I said that everything was probably going to be a 10 out of 10. And look, this is like a 6.5. It's just a good, solid IPA. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we're pairing it with a good classic donut. No frosting, no frills. Just a good donut.
Just solid.
Yeah. If this is what I have to settle for, I'm a very happy man. I am a very happy man. If this is the worst thing that I eat and drink today, today is a good day. So I'm looking forward to the next beer break, which you guys will hear next episode. Did you guys give it a rating?
I have not yet. No, I think we've been waiting for the end. I am going to give my donut 7, because I do love pumpkin very, very much. But, I'm also a frosting guy, so I feel like I got to take a point for that, at least. But it is very, very moist and very enjoyable, even though it's just a plain donut. As for the beer... I'm going to give this... Here, I got to take another sip and remind myself.
I just spilled.
I'm
going to give this I'm going to give it a 6. Same as the IPA. Only because I enjoyed this more than the IPA. So maybe this could be 6.5. But it's the same type of flavor. And again, I think because of everything we're trying here today, it's forcing some of those solid beers that are really good, but not, over or extra.
I'm going to give it a 3 clouds.
You're going to get a what?
3 clouds.
3 clouds? Okay.
I'm good. I already rated mine.
You already did, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I know. I feel like the next few beer breaks are going to get real interesting.
I know. All right, well, that is it for us for now. We will be back right after this.
Hello, time traveler. Welcome back to the now.
And go.
Okay, so Richard and Kahlan and all of their little friends are hanging out, taking a little break on their way up the Mount Kemermast, whatever the fuck it's called. Everybody else is having a grand old time. They are just chit-chatting, eating, and drinking, and all the wives, the leggy, are feeding them grapes and shit, and Kahlan and Richard are just sitting there depressed as fuck, staring out into the sky.
He's all like, we're going to a wedding. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Bust out the booze and the
wine-soaked grapes.
Yeah, there you go.
But also, Richard and Kahlan should eat. Like, this is going to be probably something you're going to want a full stomach for.
There will be no actual meal served at the reception. At the wedding, we will have hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, so you want to know that, because then it's like, okay, we need to eat beforehand.
Yeah, we're totally getting mix on the way.
You should always eat before a wedding, or you should keep a cooler in the back of your car with some subs.
Oh yeah,
just in case.
Water and subs.
Yeah, just so, and maybe some other stuff, but for sure, just those things so you can eat even if nobody else can.
Oh, anyway. Like ice packs.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that. Yeah. Anyways,
condiments.
Yeah. They all mounted up after lunch, and Kahlan could see the rage just simmering away in Richard's eyes.
The steam.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
The spirits could have done nothing worse than wound him by picking Druffin.
Yeah.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, we talked about that, I think, in the last episode, that they did. Yeah. They picked the absolute worst person. Mm-hmm. He was guarded against his brother hurting him, and now it's not even really his brother's choice. I mean, it kind of was. He just literally agreed to it. But now his brother is going to be the one to hurt him again.
Well, no, the spirit said it has to be Dreffin. So, like, he had a choice.
That's
but also,
true.
if he is the good person he's been made out to be, he's also going to sacrifice for the greater good.
How many of Richard's, like, family members have wanted to or are potentially going to fuck Kahlan?
That's a good point. We're on
like
both brothers,
all of them.
dad,
or like his love interest in general.
Yeah. We're at 3 so far.
Zed,
incredible.
I mean, he hasn't said anything, but he probably would.
If we gave Zed some truth serum,
I
don't know.
Objectively, Zed, she's beautiful,
Nathan,
right?
Nathan
Zed?
though is a little bit more of a.
Oh, Nathan would. For
Oh yeah,
sure.
heartbeat. Nathan in a heartbeat.
I feel like Zed does have a bit of a type that we've been clued into, and Kahlan does not exactly fit that type.
No,
Yeah.
she does fit into that type right now. What does he love? What does he find more attractive than anything else?
He loves a good woman in distress.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kalen is right up Zed's alley right here. He probably wouldn't, because Richard, but you know,
Yeah, so we'll say
in
that's
another universe,
we'll say that's 3.5.
3.5.
We're at
yeah.
3.5. Yeah.
So no wonder he's upset.
Oh no, sorry,
Like-
4.
Yeah.
Both brothers, Darkin, Nathan,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna count Zed for half.
Yeah.
We're at 4.5.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I feel like that could hurt a man's ego if your brothers keep trying to step your woman.
Yeah, that'll do some trauma for sure.
So as they continue clip-clopping along, Nadine asks Dreff how his arm is, and he's like, "It's nearly good as new." When one of the sisters is like, "Hey, what happened to your arm, my dude?"
A pretty normal follow-up.
He's like, "Some piece of shit didn't like how I was trying to purge the world of sickness, and he tried to kill me. Came after me with my knife, and then I showed him my steel, and he ran away." I'm like,
Interesting.
Oh. And then Nadine's like, "Yeah, I sewed him up. It was really, really fucking deep."
It was a bad one,
It was
guys.
really
It was
bad.
really bad. It was bad.
And Dreff is like, "Shut the fuck up. I told you
Yeah.
not to talk about this, Nadine."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like creepy, and she gets upset. And then he's like, oh, you did a great job, though. You did a great job. And then she starts to
Good
smile.
as any of my other healers would have done.
And it makes Kahlan. It's weird if you read the chapter with just the words, right? You don't understand why Kahlan all of a sudden goes, "This is my partner," because the words say that he apologizes and Nadine smiles.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's a natural interaction, right? He said something that maybe was rude. Then he apologizes and smiles back. The reason that it upsets her is because he's an aggressive person who then manipulates the situation afterwards.
Yeah, they've already had a conversation at this point where Dreffin has told Nadine for sure, "Hey, let's not tell anybody about this.
Seriously, don't tell anyone about
Yeah.
this."
And then when you look at the words, like you said, he's like, I'm sorry, and then he apologizes.
Yeah.
But what they don't really capture, what's not really captured, is the, "Hey, I told you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
we talked about this.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I was an asshole." Because that's a red flag.
And then the way that Nadine
You know what I mean?
reacts to it is like, okay, it's fine, which is
It's
also
normal.
alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definite red flag territory,
Yeah.
and that
Oh,
is
yeah.
why. Because I realized as I was writing the chapter, when I went to say, Kahlan thought about how this is her partner in life now until she could die and be with Richard again, and death couldn't come soon enough. I was like, it seems out of place that she's this upset about this being her partner when he is.
Yeah.
He immediately apologized for what he did wrong. And Nadine felt fine afterwards.
If you just breeze through it, Dreffin did not say or do anything wrong.
Right.
But when you take a minute, it sets in. What I found interesting was when this whole situation started, it said that Kahlan ignored the conversation, and the chapter is from Kahlan's perspective.
So she didn't.
It then proceeded to tell every single little detail about the conversation.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, she didn't give a shit about the conversation.
yeah.
But she was really keyed into the
yeah,
conversation.
like I ignored it. I heard every word.
I saw nothing.
Yeah.
I saw everything.
You can't have the character whose point of view is the chapter whatever backing ignore conversations. It just can't work that way.
Right?
But, yeah, we go to so much better things now.
But was that the only red flag about that conversation for you?
Oh, yeah, that was the only one for me. Everything else was peachy keen.
Okay.
Everything else seemed fine, didn't it, Jade?
Yeah.
And Nate?
Yeah,
Didn't
fine
it?
to me.
Yeah, it did. Sorry I came off a little aggressive there, but it's fine.
Okay, Sandoval. Anyways.
I know we do have to keep moving, but really though, is there anything else that stuck out to you there? Purely curious.
Oh.
We can talk about it after we're done.
Oh. This isn't a joke.
No, I
You're
want to
asking-
know.
Uh-oh.
Is there something else?
Oh, no. Oh, yes. Dreffin is the fucking mysterious man.
Why?
I've said this.
Maybe, but why?
No, I've said that's my prediction. I think Dreffin is the mysterious man. He's my front runner. Dark and Rawls number 2.
That's true, but what did we gather?
Because the cut on his
here?
arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
It was
he
revealed.
got cut.
It
I
was
wanted to
revealed.
know if you had actually picked up on
Was that the thing from earlier?
or if you
That you
had
whispered?
not. No, that was
Oh,
something
shit.
else.
Yeah.
Okay.
That has to do with your prediction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or prophecy, excuse me.
But yes, yeah, that was the whole thing about the arm cut and why he's
Yeah.
like, tell people about the arm cut. We talked about this. I'm trying to not let people know I got my arm cut.
But that's also
Exactly.
important to bring up in this chapter. I guess the reason that the reader had to be slapped in the face with the answer in this chapter is because you have to understand that Kahlan doesn't know this, Richard doesn't know this, but Kahlan is marrying the murderer.
Yeah,
That's right.
A serial killer.
the person. No, go ahead.
Whose ultimate goal
Yeah, was to get to Kahlan.
To get to Kahlan.
Yep.
And has now done so
Yeah.
effectively. So, yeah, terrifying. But that's why when she takes that moment to go, this is who I'm going to marry, it's because now, dear reader, you should understand that that is not a good thing for way more reasons than she thought even a minute ago. Although she doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Hackles should be raised.
Yes.
But yes, at this point, we do move on to greener pastures.
What the fuck, Terry?
Yeah.
It is.
Why?
Kahlan's about to marry the killer. Anyway, so over here.
Now, after we get to the end, I will say I do. We discussed before we started this. I finally understood why he did shove it in here. But it seems weird when you're listening because we go right back to the other people right after this. But yeah, we rejoin Clarissa and Nathan. She is watching through a keyhole.
She's getting good at that.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a knock at the door, she's like, oh, and pops up and runs into the other room.
Yeah. So she's watching Nathan and the sisters. Jodelle is telling Nathan this is for his own safety as well. If he says Richard is going to be eliminated tonight, then he has nothing to worry about. They're going to bring the thing he wants afterwards.
You do the thing, then we'll do the thing.
Yeah. Nathan is like, Jagang's plan worked, okay? Richard is going to be eradicated this very fucking night. He asks, hey, did Jagang agree to everything else? Wilhelmina is like, yeah, he did. He's looking forward to have you as his plenipotentiary in Dahara, and is agreeable to the offer of aid with the prophecy and shit that he's been collecting. Nathan wants to know where those are because he doesn't want to have to travel all over the fucking world tracking them down.
Yeah.
And he has other shit to do.
I love this. He's like, well, I'm not going to waste time and go get it.
No.
Obviously. Plus, there's a whole extra part to this because he doesn't want Jagang to know where he is. So this is all just like positioning so that he can get done what he needs to, but not actually be in any real danger of Jagang finding him.
Yeah.
It also sure felt to me, and especially these next few ones, sure just felt like a long distance dick measuring contest to me.
Yeah. No, it
So it's
definitely
like,
did.
so Nathan, Jagang has done this for you in this. Oh, well, that won't do quite exactly as you say. I wanted him to do this. Well, the Emperor will do this, and also he needs you to do this then. Well, I don't know if I agree to that. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah.
We get it. You got egos.
I was like, I don't trust you to come close to me because it's not safe. And they're like, well, I don't trust you to come close to me because it's not safe. Well, fuck you. Well, fuck you. All right, we're agreed. Fuck each other. All right.
Oh.
Fuck you. Don't say fuck you.
Nathan asks, okay, so Jagang had anticipated that Nathan didn't want to do that. So he's going to have wizards pull the things of interest, and then they're going to send them on their way for analysis. Nathan knew that's how it was going to go. He had already told Clarissa that he knew they weren't going to let him just go peruse through the volumes on his own.
Yeah, which is a smart move on Jagang's part. But also, yep, you got a big dick, bud.
There's
Good
potential for a deal here, but also you are still on the other side until you're officially not on the other side.
Oh, that too, yeah.
I'm not going to trust you more than I have to.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even telling Jagang that Richard's going to be gone and that he's going to be the Lord Rahl doesn't prove shit.
Right.
That's true.
It's not until he actually hands over part of the army that he shows his loyalty. So...
Yeah, I can tell you I can help you make $1 million. It's going to be a bit more believable when I hand you $1 million.
Well, and also I'm saying, just because I'm telling you what's going to happen doesn't mean I had a hand in it.
Oh, that's a good point, too. Nathan's not actually doing anything.
No.
He didn't say he was personally going to kill Richard.
Yeah, he's just confirming something, and then he's going to do something.
Right.
Which might be partially just to placate Jagang's ego a bit.
Well,
your plan worked perfectly.
Yeah.
He's definitely dead now.
Well, no, that's the thing, is his plan isn't going to work perfectly, because Jagang doesn't know that Daharan devotion will transfer to Nathan.
No, he does. He does. That's the whole crux of this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nathan knows that.
No. Jagang does too. That's why that's what is allowing Nathan the ability to negotiate.
To make this argument.
Oh, right. That's what I was getting to.
Yes.
Was Nathan is promising a very key component to all this.
Right.
Because of the devotion. That's what I was getting to.
Yes.
For some reason, I was thinking that Jagang didn't know that yet.
No, he does. That's the only reason that Nathan has any power here. But until he does something with that loyalty...
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
So he's only going to be able to see the pre-screened volumes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yes, it is safe. Until the guy shows you something, I probably wouldn't either.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan says that that's gonna happen in due time. Once they have worked together and they trust each other, then he'll accept visits from Jagang's lapdogs. Until then, he doesn't want anybody to know where the fuck he is. Which is why he's gonna leave now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right after this is all done. Jodell is like, all right, he's happy to have it brought to you. But you have to understand, Nathan, that he's going to have concern over somebody like you who he can't read your mind. You're super smart. He doesn't want you to know where the fuck he is either.
Right.
Okay? He's going to be cautious. And they're this is what you were just talking about. It's a piss. They both are like, nah, you can't know my secret hideout.
Yeah.
You can't know my secret hideout.
It's just a big pissing match.
Yeah.
He should have been like, well, I don't have the time to travel all the way to, where'd you say it was again?
Yeah.
Just try and get one of them to peep it just a little bit. You're like, okay, we're headed northwest.
So Nathan, he's like, yeah, me too. So that's why I can't have the book. This is the first instance of what we're actually understanding what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
He can't have the book brought directly to him. The meeting this is his last risk that he's going to take. This was a little bit confusing to me because he was like, this is why I can't have you bring the book, but I need the book.
Yeah.
He wants the book because he doesn't know if it's safe to return to Dahara without the book. I also don't know why that's a thing, but that was a thing he said.
Is it just because the plague is in Dahara?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The plague,
maybe,
like
that may be part of it.
That she can't spread it farther if she doesn't have the book anymore.
And it could be him, and this is him thinking that Jagang has the thing in his hands, right? Amelia went in to take the piece of magic.
Yes.
Is that a book?
Yeah, that's the book that we're speaking of.
Okay, that's the book. So now Nathan wants it in his hands, thinking that Jagang thinks that the book can control the plague, can also stop the plague. But we've been told a couple of times over that he cannot stop it anymore now that it's started, right? It's been fueled by magic. Now it's just a fucking plague, and it's just terrible. So I think what they're trying to allude to is Jagang believes that the book can also protect people from the plague or stop it. And Nathan is playing off of that information because, I'm going to need the book to go back here and finally shut all this shit down. I can take care of that for you.
Okay.
But I don't think Nathan really believes that's what the book can do. He'd rather have it in his hands than not, for definitely, get it out of Jagang's hands for damn sure.
Or maybe there's something else in the book he wants, but he's making it seem like it's about the plague.
It could very well be. I don't know how much information in a prophecy he may have about what Richard is doing with the Temple of the Winds right now either. Yeah. He may just be realizing that I'm just a distraction for Jagang while Richard takes care of what he has to.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he actually has that information. That's a fucking thing. It would work if we knew that he did, but who knows?
So Jagang understands where Nathan's coming from, and he's like, he says he won't need the book much longer. And besides, the book doesn't work without Amelia. So, and
also
the world,
true. Yeah.
Who wants to rule a world without people who are going to be there to work for you in it? So he doesn't want to kill everybody in the world anyways. So he's about done doing what he wants to do with it.
That is interesting, though, because he does one or the other, right? So, like, if he gets the book, he doesn't have Amelia. The book only works for Amelia. If he gets Amelia, he doesn't have the book.
Right.
And Amelia can't do it without the book.
So he still can't do anything, even if he has it.
Right.
Which is probably a fail-safe for Jagang.
Which is why it's curious to me. I don't remember why he wanted this book so much, but yeah.
That's a good, I'm not sure. Seeker, if you have picked up on something that maybe we missed, because that's a really good point.
I'm sure we're going to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so Jagang offered him the book or Amelia, and Nathan was like, no, I want the book, because he knows that Amelia is basically like a fucking Zoom call right to Jagang.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time. So he's like, nah, I'm good. I want the book.
He's a fucking Zoom call. Zoomelia.
Yeah. They're fine with that. You can have the book. They can send it to him, or they can have someone meet him. They're just not going to allow him to come get it. And Nathan is like, hey, that's cool. I'll send a rep. Is that cool?
Yeah. I got a +1. I'll send her.
Someone that is loyal to me, but and they don't have the gift. So I know Jagang won't be able to see in their brains, and it's cool.
It's just better this way, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jodale asks if they can test them to make sure that they don't have the gift. And Nathan's like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want to her. I don't care. He's trying to build trust, not destroy it. But he emphasizes that this person is valued to him, and he would be very upset if she was her. Okay, there it is.
Do what you have to do, but if you lay a fucking finger on her...
Yeah.
I remember me turning your boy to dust?
Yeah.
I can do that 3 more times.
Yeah.
It's like not even a problem.
Anything happens, deal off. This is a show of faith, basically.
Yeah.
I'm going to dangle my woman as some bait, and if you gobble her up, then you're fucked.
Because at this point, Jagang has been trusting Nathan with a lot of things, so now Nathan is extending that offer to Jagang to... Now he trusts Jagang to not fuck with Clarissa.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like, hey, you trusted me, now I need to trust you.
Yeah.
They're both kind of putting up collateral in a way.
Yeah. He wants her escorted with the book beyond Jagang's troops once she has it and left to be on her way. If she's followed, he's going to fucking know it, and he's going to view it as a sign of hostility and an attempt on his life, and everybody's going to die.
That's right. This is war.
Yeah. Jodale says it's understood. And she's going to get the book, return safely without being followed. Everybody's going to be happy. Nathan's happy. Says after tonight, Jagang's free of Richard. And when Nathan has the book, he'll give the Southern Army to Jagang.
Yeah, like he promised the whole time. No biggie.
Yeah. So that is interesting. According to Nathan, by the time he gets the book, which looks like it's going to be within the next day.
Yeah, it's faster than what I kind of thought initially. But yeah.
He's going to give over the army. So...
I
kind of picture Nathan going, yeah, I'll give the army to you. Oh yeah,
your ass.
I'll give it to you. Sure, Jagang.
I'm telling you, he's playing both sides. So he can always come out on top.
But he actually says surrender to Jagang's forces.
Yes.
So that's a little more specific.
Not the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, but how are they going to surrender? Aggressively?
Okay. They have an agreement. Jagang wishes to welcome him to the Empire as his second hand. Nathan is turned to the door that Clarissa is hiding behind, and she rushes to look like she was doing anything else. Nathan calls to her, tells her that he wants her to go on a small journey for him, and he needs her to go with his friends here.
So this is where it struck me that this is the super dangerous thing that Nathan was telling Clarissa she was going to have to do.
Seems like it.
Like, it hasn't come out and out yet exactly what she's going to do. Like, obviously we know that's Nathan's plan, but Clarissa does not get the same gravity up until this point. It doesn't seem like, to me, she's realizing that this is the thing Nathan said was probably going to really suck for her.
I don't know. It'll be interesting because according to what everybody is saying on the surface, it's supposed to be a very easy book transaction, kind of like going to the library. So should be no problem.
No problem at all.
No problem.
Well, we are going to take a quick break, and then we will be back for the remainder of the chapter right after this.
Right after this. And we're back. Hi. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
That's good. That's good. I'm doing great.
I'm doing okay.
I'm doing great.
Oh,
I'm
actually,
ready-
I think this was a A and B conversation, Nate. So if you could see your way out of it.
Oh no! I want him to say.
Oh, it was a group combo.
That hurt me deep
Oh.
like kindergarten, Aaron.
Well, I just found out it was actually a group text. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay.
I'll go cry.
You know what? You know what almost made Clarissa cry?
Oh,
The women looking
Nice.
at her like she's a whore again.
Yeah.
Giving knowing smiles as
She
she knew
is-
she was being judged.
Fully back in the saddle of being used
Yeah.
now.
Well, yeah, because they don't eye her all the way up and down. They just go down to the cleavage and then
Yeah.
pop back up. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
didn't need to go farther than
Yeah.
that to know you're a whore.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like, you whore.
Listen here, you whore.
Yeah. It was very.
Easy DeVito. It's all the whores.
Yep, that's what's. Yeah. We watched It's Always Sunny like a night ago. Like,
Don't want the
it's-
whores to see my Magnum condom.
Nathan says that she will leave at once. She's going to go get a book, return with it to the place that they said that they would be off tomorrow. But she's not to tell
Okay.
fucking anybody where that is.
That's
Now,
right.
it felt very weird that he was even saying this in front of them instead of like taking her, be like, "Hey guys, give me a minute with my my friend here because I want to talk to her without you in the room." I don't know. It felt.
Maybe he wanted to do it in front of everybody so that everybody is on the same page. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm telling you this in front of them so they know they're not going to get this answer out of you. Don't casually come up later and be like, oh, where is it you're
This
having
is
again?
this is still the pissing contest. Yeah, he could pull her aside, but instead he's gonna rub it in their faces one more time. We're meeting in the secret place tomorrow, right?
Meet
You
me at
remember
the
that?
spot.
Secrets.
The mystery spot. We've been to the mystery spot.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So she's like, I got it. I got you. Wilhelmina says she's going to get her a horse.
Oh, what
no.
a nice parting gift.
What kind of horse?
We're going to get you some horse.
Wow. We don't, hey, PSA, we don't feel this way about any women. It's the writing that Terry put in here. It's not
I
my
can
fault.
now no longer not see Nathan as Danny DeVito. And I think
Oh,
this
wow.
is
He's had a giant, like,
Jade,
fall from
fantastic.
grace.
Yeah, Jade, I think it's safe to say that we respect all women, okay?
We do.
Whores aren't women, though.
I hate you.
wow.
That's not true, and I
Just
hate you.
kidding. All women
But
are
it's
strong
fun
and
to
powerful.
say.
We've talked
I
about
do
that
wanna-
too.
it's
This
fun
is
to
like
say.
horror is a little
Aggressive.
prostitute is a lady that does, or a lady or a man
A
who
sex
does
worker.
sex work. Yes, a sex
worker.
worker. That's much better.
That's more
Horror is
appropriate.
definitely
It's
derogative.
not, we aren't
yeah.
being derogatory, though. We
No,
aren't, well,
we don't
are,
feel that
we
way.
are,
No,
but it's not.
yeah.
The characters are saying the words.
Jade, just go back to reading the notes about the
Okay.
horse. Or sorry, horse. Oh my god, I misspoke.
That's right.
Well, Clarissa freaks out because you've never ridden one before.
A whore?
She's ridden Nathan,
I'm
but
a
not a horse.
respectable animal.
Hold on. I would argue that Nathan might be a whore.
Might be a horse, too.
Ah.
Anyways.
Nathan's hanging dong.
Nathan's like, I have a carriage. Don't worry about it. She can take my carriage. The sister's like, don't give a fuck as long as we can test her for the gift first.
That's right.
Nathan's like, go ahead. I'm going to leave the room and leave you to do this. But I guess it's not that big of a deal because they're going to be alone with her anyways from here on out. So he's like,
Yeah, that's
test her
true.
while I'm gone. She can pack her shit. I'm gonna go get the carriage. He turns to Clarissa and he's like, hey, it's not gonna be long. I'm gonna be waiting for you. And he also lets her know that he told the ladies if anything happens to her, he was gonna be more than unhappy.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's scary, huh?
Well, we've seen him calm and collected, and he turned a wizard into dust, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
She thanks him and promises him that she's going to bring the book. And he gives her a kiss on the cheek and wishes her a safe journey. And that's the end of the chapter.
Oh, Clarissa, I was like, he did not kiss Joe Dell.
Joe Dale.
He is a whore.
Right on the mouth, too. Right on the mouth.
Nathan is...
Wow.
I guess Nathan has had 3,000 years, though, of not being able to do whatever he wants.
I don't know. Somebody is rolling boulders in our living room, apparently.
Is that the groceries?
It better not be.
I was going to say, what type of grocery do you treat like that?
So, so we were talking about this before recording. Hey, it's fine. There's a boulder migration happening upstairs. It's nature. You gotta be okay with it. So when we were talking earlier, when we were kind of pre-discussing, I said I had a comment I wanted to make about how Nathan was so sure that Richard was going to in fact be dead, like tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty simple explanation, and it's that Nathan views marriage the same way as traditional sitcom American dads do, and that's when you get married, you do in fact die.
You do in fact die.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually,
wow.
God. Okay, but that is actually a good point because that brings up the thing that I was going to bring up earlier that I wanted to wait till right now.
Is that why we switched?
Is that the whole reason? Yeah, the whole reason that we had this conversation with Nathan is because we knew that Nathan was planning on being the new Nathan, or like Lord Rawl. We didn't know if that was kind of bullshit, but maybe an empty promise or whatever. But now we know that according to Nathan, Richard's gonna die tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is happening, and very soon.
And he knows for that to be true.
Yeah, because he's a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just interesting that's why we had to switch to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. That's that.
Well, you're both looking at me, so I'm going to go ahead and take this over here. I do think that does it for this chapter for us for today. I'm just adding stuff every time I do it, I know.
Us four? Are you counting the Seeker?
No, that is going to do it for us for today.
It's a whole F-O-R, not F-O-U-R.
Oh.
Us four.
Honestly, it was 30 seconds ago, and I don't remember what the hell I said. So, but thank you, Seeker, for joining us today. You have now had an opportunity to hear our truth, but we would love to hear yours. And you can do that by writing in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com. Thank you, Jade. Or finding us on any of the social medias. If you really enjoyed this episode or this podcast in general, you can go to patreon.com/podcastatt and make a pledge of any amount there. You'll get access to our side quests, and you will get access to our Discord channel so you can hang out and chat with us and a bunch of your other listeners. And to close it all up, we appreciate you guys so fucking much. Every single one of you. You, and you, and you there in the car, and you doing the... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to look. And you on your way to work. Yeah.
You nasty boy.
Everybody. Even that guy. Wow, that was a little weird, huh?
Don't call him out.
I didn't say what he was
2023. Do not kink shame.
I'm not yucking anyone's yum. It was just unexpected for both of us when I peeped into his reality. I don't know how that works. I'm still kind of new at podcasting. Anyways, I've rambled enough. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Okay, Jade, if you could just look over here. This 4, F-O-U-R, is the number. 4 here is not a number. And this 4 means there's a golf ball incoming.
Oh.
So that's the differences there.
I don't know if he said the right one, though.
I think he did say the right one because they all sound the same.
It was verbal. You can't tell what you can't. He didn't spell it while he said it. You don't know.
She's got a point. That's on you.
I mean, we can check it in playback.
Let's play it back. Play it back right now. Go ahead and hit playback in 3, 2, 1.